Hey guys!
So our good friends at Brymir have signed a worldwide deal with Napalm Records. They have a new album coming out, and this is the first single, Voices in the Sky. They sure like things in the sky.
Yeah.
I think they're always high in the sky. And every time I think about Brymir, I think about the good times we had with these boys at Dark River Festival back in 2019.
I miss Finland.
The
dude.
party started at the festival. It finished in our Airbnb, our humble abode, our humble abode. So great times with these boys. Always a pleasure to have them on the channel, and it's been a very long fucking time. So, without further ado, save your words for after. I need to check out this shit.
Oh, I need to check it out too.
All right,
so that's why we're here.
Exactly. So let's see what the boys are bringing with their new song for their upcoming album. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it. It's already starting off well. I love this acoustic stuff. By the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, not only we saw them in 2019 at Dark River Festival, but you guys, those of you that want to go to Dark River Festival this year, you can also see them there. They're playing there again. Fuck. They're back to the crime scene, if you will.
Yeah.
So they're playing at Dark River Festival 2022 edition. Don't miss them. The lineup is stacked. And Brymir is one of those bands that is stacking up the lineup. All right. So what do you think about this latest offering from one of my longtime favorite bands from Finland?
They've been a longtime favorite, definitely, since probably the start of the channel.
Yeah, we've given them airtime on this channel since their early humbling beginnings, I must say.
Since our early humbling beginnings also.
They believed in us, we believed in them.
Exactly.
You know.
Just listening to this, it made me miss, it made me miss, Finland. It's been so long.
Next year.
Next year.
There's always next year.
We've said that, like...
No, but next year, Dark River Festival will be there.
Yeah.
Unless something drastic happens, I mean.
There's no wood around here that I can knock on.
Okay.
I thought you were going to knock on something else. Anyways. That's only in the morning.
That's we've passed that.
We've passed that.
Yeah.
Dude, this song's amazing.
I can only knock it once a day, so I'm already exhausted that. So anyways.
Okay. This song is so fucking good, man. I mean, it's... I don't know. This song, it's like a breeze of cold air. It's like something that it's just a perfect. It's just something.
Is that a good thing? A breeze of cold air?
Why you don't like breezing? Like especially like
depending
inhaling,
if I'm already cold, I
inhaling,
don't. But...
inhaling a nice a breeze of cold air.
Oh, like filling your lungs.
Filling your lungs, like that's what this felt like. That's exactly what this felt like.
Clean air.
Clean air, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing I love about this band, is definitely the vocal approach to this band.
Oh yeah.
Not just the main vocals, but
the choirs. The choirs on this song are phenomenal.
But they're
phenomenal.
It's not like
it's not like it's nothing new, but
exactly. But that's what I've always loved about this band is their choir, that they're able to all chip in their vocals and make that choir. You see the Nazi hat,
the helmet.
Yeah,
but
I thought you would bring it up, so I had to bring it up.
Yeah, it's not important.
No,
There's like different people who obviously died in different battles.
Yeah,
that was kind of like the.
So I mean,
so
there
you
was
have
that.
like the Crusader there.
There was a Crusader. There was him, obviously, but I don't know.
Then you had the Palpatine.
The Palpatine.
Yeah, you had Palpatine, who was killed.
He was killed in Star Wars.
He was killed in Star Wars in the Return of the Jedi, so he was there too. I mean, they all died in battle. Technically.
Technically.
Some are good, some are bad, but they all died in battle.
They all have one thing in common. Hopefully one thing in common.
Well, at least one.
At least, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully one thing in common. And they all died in battle.
Okay, so can I say my piece a little bit about this?
Yeah.
Because I feel like now you're starting to dig a hole, and it's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. So let me say this. I've always loved this band. I've always loved their sound. I've always loved their execution. It's a band that has their within the Finnish melodic death metal scene, they're able to carve a little bit of a piece that's a little bit of their own. When I listen to Brymir, which is very hard to do, especially in the Finnish melodic death metal scene. But when I listen to Brymir, I don't need too many notes to know that I'm listening to Brymir. They have a very distinct sound, style, approach, the way they construct songs, the way they bring songs about. Something, like I said, that I've always enjoyed about this band. There's nothing new, something that always allowed me to gravitate towards their sound, towards the way they put music together. Having had the pleasure of seeing them live, I must say, they're as good live as they are in studio. So really, if you are in the neighborhood, don't miss their performance at Dark River Festival. They're an incredible live band. They really put on a great show, great performance. They have a very strong, well-rounded frontman. Not only he's great vocally, he's great as a frontman. He has a presence. He's like the bastard child of Ragnar Lothbrok. When he comes on stage...
You have many of those.
And Victor is one of them. So anyways, when he comes on stage and he's wrapping that mic around his hand and he's singing, he has a great presence. Your eyes really go to him. He has a great way of capturing the not just the essence of the band's performance, but really connecting, creating a synergy with the audience. Phenomenal frontman, phenomenal band live, phenomenal band in studio. I must say two things about this song that really jump out, at least to me they jump out, as perhaps the calling cards of this track. One is the acoustic guitars. I say this so many times in songs that when you introduce something earlier on in the tracks, perhaps as they intro to the track, I always like for that piece to somehow be connected with how the rest of the song moves along, and it's not always the case. Sometimes bands put an intro in, and then you don't hear that intro, you don't hear that melody, you don't hear that instrument for the rest of the track. The fact that they started off the song with those acoustic guitars, and then they bring them back in the middle almost as a bridge that leads to that choir coming in, that magnificent choir. Because I was wondering, okay, when you put those acoustic guitars in the middle of the track, what are you going to do here? Are you going to bring like some spoken word? Because that would also have worked really well, specifically with the theme of the song and the video itself. I felt like if you brought forward some spoken word, it could really connect this track really well, would have worked well. They brought out the choirs, it was almost even better. It elevated the quality of the track. It elevates the track in general. It almost makes the song feel more cinematic. And then it gets really heavy, and then has a phenomenal solo. The solo is absolutely bombastic, which is what you want in a track like this. This track has a lot of momentum. The only time that it loses...
The song itself is like...
feels big.
Big energy.
So it's a song that has a lot of momentum. The only time that it loses a little bit of the momentum is with the acoustic parts. But the acoustic parts allow the song to simmer so that the momentum that then reignites afterwards feels even bigger, even faster, even larger.
I mean, you were saying when the song was going on that you were loving the acoustic
I
was loving it too, man.
I love the intro with the acoustic. Then I loved it even more when they brought it back.
Exactly.
Because if they didn't brought it back, would be like, okay.
Why have it in the first place?
The only way you could get away with it is that if you, instead of
finish off the song too.
Finish off the song on that note, or if you continue the track with the same melody as the acoustic had, and you kind of segue that way. But if you can bring the acoustic back either at the end or in the middle, the way they did was absolutely phenomenal. Was perfect. Then when you added those that choir, the song just gained a new life. It's a phenomenal track. Am I surprised with how good it is? No, because this band is really good.
These guys are good.
So I'm not surprised how good it is. But I absolutely love this track. It's a single.
Yeah,
it's a single.
It's a perfect single.
It's a single. So it's like you hear this song, it's like you get excited immediately about what the album is going to bring.
I'm definitely excited.
This band, man, I'm telling you, I'm happy to see that they are with Napalm Records, finally under the umbrella of a big label. So I hope they get the right push so that they can get even a bigger audience outside of Finland, so that more eyes go on these guys, because they're super talented band. Super talented band. And for those of you that perhaps are new to this band, because I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this video that have seen Brymir or heard of Brymir before. They're not necessarily new to them, but obviously there's a lot of people that are coming to this new because now they're on a bigger label. Even though if you're a regular on this channel, you've seen previous songs of them on the channel. You've seen interviews, album reviews. We've given Brymir quite a bit of coverage because we really like these guys. That solo, the man behind that solo, he's also the man behind the solos in Battle Beast. So he knows what the fuck he's doing. So shout out to him. Great guy. Jonas, great guy. So so there's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of quality with this band.
There is.
And I mentioned the vocals, I mentioned the guitars, not to take anything away from the drums and all the other dudes. Obviously, without them, there's no band. But those two,
because they don't just chip in, instrument wise. They also chip in.
Yeah, no, and they're great. The band is really uniform with everybody that they have. They're really uniform. They're a really strong band. This song is phenomenal. I love the construction. I love the segue. That acoustic intro, that acoustic bridge leading into those choirs, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. The guitar solo is just like ripping it apart. So powerful, so over the top. And then I love the vocals. I love the tone of his voice. He has great voice, great delivery. So, what else can I say? Yeah. And I'm not just saying this because I know the dudes. I like, if the song was shit, I'll be the first one to say that this is shit, but it's not. It's a fucking great track. Great single.
Great single.
And in a sea that's clogged with melodic death metal bands coming out of Finland, these guys were able somehow to find a way of being unique within themselves. It's very hard to do. Not many bands are able to do it, because when you listen to Finnish melodic death metal bands, there's always that band that you compare them to. Oh, they sound like these guys. Oh, they sound like these guys.
You can't really compare
with
these
Brymir,
guys.
they kind of have their own sound. There's very few. I can think of 5 or 6 bands that are not like major bands that you can connect with, that haven't been able to find their very specific sound. There's not many. All the others are so heavily influenced by Insomnium, Children of Bodom, Winter Sun to a certain degree.
That's why you can compare them.
And then you always feel like, yeah, I like it, but kind of reminds me of this or reminds me of that. Brymir, and there's a few others that have been able to do it in a way that's very unique to them. All right. Are you good?
Yeah.
I'm good. I hope you guys are good. Pre-order the album. Let them know that we sent you their way. Not that we get a percentage or anything, but it's always nice to get acknowledged. It's always nice to get acknowledged. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Support this band, and we'll see you guys at the next video.
See ya.